I want you to watch this clip and see if you can see the reason that liberals keep losing elections and people.
And it only shows how racist this country is, misogynistic. Y'all hate to see a black, a Latino, anybody that's in LGBTQ plus, a woman, being happy doing shit on her own. Every black person that I've ever seen that said I'm for Trump in this current state, every Latino, every non-white male, let's keep it what it is. I pray to God these repercussions hit y'all not only first, but harder.
Okay, like, if y'all hate women that much, I hope you never get pussy ever again. Like, y'all hate us this much?
I'm sorry! No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
This isn't just a liberal tears libtard meltdown compilation part 471. This actually tells a lot about their mentality and why they keep pushing people to the right. Everything is always so oversimplified. If you vote for the other side, you're evil. You're a sexist, you're a racist, you're a Nazi, you're a rape apologist, you're a transphobe, you're a homophobe, you're anything they can throw at you.
If you voted for Donald Trump in the election, you're actually fucking stupid. You're the dumbest fucking miserable on the face of the planet, and you're fucking miserable, and we all know it. Because what other reason would you vote for a racist, misogynistic, homophobic fucking rapist? Like, that's gross. And it's just a bunch of fucking dumb people going, yeah, Trump 2024, because the uneducated portion of America votes red.
Well, like I've said this before, when you're young and don't know anything, you think it's good versus evil. And then when you're kind of young and you know some things, you think, well, it's complicated, shades of gray, blah, blah. But then if you get older and actually take the time to understand these systems, no, it's actually really black and white a lot of the time. But when it comes to most like big social debates, the stuff people care about, there are like basically objectively right or wrong answers.
Hey, if you're a Donald Trump supporter, you're ugly and dumb. Scum. Bottom of the barrel scum. Literal pond scum. Go fuck yourselves.
This just ignores the obvious fact that for most Americans, the biggest issue was the economy by far. Now, do I think he'd be better for the economy? No. In fact, I think that she would have been, pound for pound, a better president. On the economy, taxation, corruption, international diplomacy, even immigration somewhat, I think she would have been a marginally better president. The bar is on the floor for someone whose entire presidency was just giving tax cuts to the rich, unnecessarily killed over 1 million Americans with COVID. Oh, and tried to coup the democratically elected government of the United States of America when the results didn't go his way. Like, this alone is a massive deal breaker. How are people okay with voting him in after that? See, if I was American, I would have actually voted for someone like her. If you ignore the whole funding and arming a genocide part, which I'm sure we can sweep under the rug. But I know by the Democrats' record, not because I'm American. I'm not. I know this because I actually have no life, and this is considered fun for me. The average American, however, doesn't have time to research or know all of this. And her campaign did a garbage job trying to advertise the positives. All she ran on was, we're not him, he's a fascist, she's a black woman, which she's not, and abortion.
Guys, I just voted, and I chose family. Let's end this reign of terror now. I chose family, I chose women, I chose America.
Whilst Trump got a slight bump in his votes this time compared to last time, Harris got 7 million fewer people to go out to the polls and vote Democrat. Why? Because she had no policies and was not likable.
Harris was our last chance. It's over. This country just died. You motherfuckers were so threatened by a woman being in charge. It's not even about color. It's about a woman being in charge. A woman making things better. That y'all are so threatened by a woman that you let a felon, a rapist, and a racist, narcissist, fascist be in charge. Shame on you.
She has never ran or won in a single primary. Ever. Not in 2020 and not in 2024. She kept moving towards the right and trying to appease the moderate conservatives. And look how that turned out. And no one has to know that she lost because of Gaza.
And lastly, because I can't believe I didn't hit this community yet, because I'm a part of it, to the women community, to the girlies who actually voted for Trump, to the girlies who are, pro-Trump, go fuck yourself, bitch. Literally, go fuck yourself, bitch.
Liberals in general have been masters at pushing people away from their side for years.
You shouldn't be in this neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah. Do you have jaundice or something?
I shouldn't be in this neighborhood?
Guess what, Nazi? Go home.
All right.
You, Nazi piece of shit.
All right.
Go home.
If you want to see a full breakdown on why Harris lost the election, along with analysis of exit polls and every single demographic, check out this video. But some people just still don't get it, so let me break it down very clearly for you. If you only supported a minority group like black people, Latinos, and Arabs just when they were voting on your side, and when they vote the other way, you start praying that they get deported, harassed, killed, or worse, say you're self-hating whatever, or that you're not really black. That is racism. You're a racist. You do not like seeing minorities have their own political autonomy that defies your own opinion. You are part of the problem.
And all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be, because clearly they don't give a shit about us. And I'm talking to you too, those of you ladies who have the internalized misogyny required to do what you did. Minorities who are so scared of a woman in power that you'd rather cozy up to the white man just in case some crumbs fall off his plate so that you may eat from them. Yes, scraps. Sorry, if you're a man, I will not be responding to you. If you are a man, I will not be talking to you. I am going to be promoting the 4B movement from here on out.
It's probably going to get a lot of hate, but if you use terms like cishet, patriarchy, bigotry, heteronormativity, intersectionality, or even terms like fascism or misogyny in untargeted blanket ways, you are part of the problem. I'm not even saying that the ideas are wrong or invalid. It's just that you don't know how to convey your ideas. You don't know how to speak to people. You end up pushing them away. You don't have the emotional intelligence required to be a preacher or to get people on your side. So you end up pushing people away.
My feed has been full of people on the left calling us horrible and awful and evil for supporting Trump. If you idiots are really gonna try to shame us and treat us like we've done something wrong, let me break this down so even your tiny, stupid, confused brains can understand it. He won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. He won every single swing state. So if you really think that everybody in the entire country is wrong except for you, then you're even more delusional than I thought you were. I've had friends like you before. When your life is in shambles and it feels like nothing is going right, you blame everybody else except for yourself. Take a look in the fucking mirror. You spent the last 4 years raging against the machine. You were the machine.
Do people think this is what's going to happen?
I voted for Donald Trump. I voted for Trump because I thought he'd create a better America for everyone. But after reading 800 or so pages on queer feminist theory, I realize now just how much I've been duped. You gotta understand, I come from a small steel town in Pennsylvania. If I had known the foundational texts on intersectional theory, I would have never chanted, "Lock her up, lock her up." Lock her up, lock her up. We were told Hillary Clinton was the enemy, but it's clear now that the true enemy is a patriarchal, capitalistic society that maintains its ascendance by making powerful and ambitious women appear threatening, only to protect my status in a system purposefully designed to benefit cishet white men like myself. Jesus. When Donald Trump said he would make America great again, it's obvious to me now that he was only trying to play off my own complicity and comfort in an unequal social structure that disproportionately strips women and minorities, particularly trans and genderqueer people of color, of their autonomy and seeks to subjugate them to an invertebrate and intentionally antagonistic andocratic order. If I had just known that back in November, I would have never voted for Trump. God. How could I have been so stupid?
If you continue to blame the same demographics who try to reach out to candidates and find reconciliation and middle ground in order for them to vote for them, the candidates who budged and did not appease those voters.
Do you worry that you may be empowering and bringing him back to the White House by encouraging people to vote third party?
Yeah, absolutely. We're extremely distressed, in despair. We're orphaned. Politically orphaned is the accurate word to say. I canvassed for Bob Casey in 2006. I canvassed and door knocked for Barack Obama. I cried when Hillary Clinton lost. We have to sacrifice, even if it means that we will suffer under a Trump presidency, because the alternative of rewarding Harris after this would send a truly dangerous signal in our country that the Democratic Party could do anything it ever wants, and that we will always be told it's our only home. It's always a little better.
She refused to move left and appease her base and their demands, and instead chose to go right. If you refuse to blame the candidate and instead blame men, Latinos, Arabs, or any other group or minority instead of the actual candidate who's objectively garbage, again, say it with me, you are part of the problem.
I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
I mean, aside from buck naked dancing on the top of the table, I don't know what else she could have done.
I don't think she could have done more. I think she left it all out on the field. I think she raised $1 billion in 3 months. I think that she ran a flawless campaign, and I maintain that. I think now it's the time for us to work.
I understand you may be hurt and scared. You may feel that your own rights, safety, and aspirations in your own country are at stake. I just want to ensure that the left, or whatever this was, doesn't lose again, which is why I'm so critical. So surely you should blame the woman who is so unlikable that she made 7 million voters who voted for Biden last time just stay at home. Especially if you stop blaming men, hating men, and mistreating men just because they're men.
I don't want to touch another man with a 10-foot motherfucking pole. Ladies, where are we going? 4B movement for real. Fuck men. Fuck all of you. And fuck you ugly dumb bitches who voted for him too. You guys are a piece of shit. You guys have internalized fucking misogyny and you're dumb. You're stupid. And I guess that's what you guys want. That's what you guys want. You guys want to be radical Christians. You guys are Jesus Christ, right?
I think my favorite part about all of this is we don't have to be polite anymore. Why am I going to be polite to you? You want to take my rights away? Fuck you. I'm not smiling in your face. I'm not holding the fucking door open for you. I'm not saying please and thank you. Excuse me. I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself. Fuck you. I gave every single man I saw tonight a dirty look. Did they deserve it? Statistically, yes. Fuck you. It's your fault. This is what you did. You asked for it.
We should just start leaving our dirty tampons everywhere. Because if men want so much control over us, they can deal with our dirty tampons. Clean it up. No, but genuinely, I was trying to think, what revenge sounds the most satisfying right now? And I kind of just want to fling dirty tampons at men's cars.
I have decided that my personal revenge for this 2024 election fiasco is to be a menace to men on dating apps. I'm going to re-download probably just Tinder and Hinge and match up every single man. Say I'm down for hookups. Give them a Google Voice number. Talk with them. Say, yeah, I'll come over. Yeah, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm 5 minutes out. What do you mean? I'm here. Don't you see me? Guess what? I won't be there, and I'm gonna ruin your plans. Anytime you make plans with me, I will lie to you, stand you up, ghost you. I'm just gonna be a menace. Because why not? Men don't like women. I'm gonna start actively practicing misandry.
You honestly know better than the incels or the your body my choice people. Bear in mind, most local Democratic races outperformed Harris in almost every single House or Senate district. That is how unlikable she was. That is how few policies she had, and that is how much nothing she offered. I get your rage, but blame it at the people responsible. Listen to why your candidate lost. Listen to why people didn't want to vote her.
It is a moment to listen to the voters. And this, I have to say, I've always thought he could win. I thought in the final stretch she might eke it out. I didn't expect it to be this resounding, and I think there are some lessons from it. I think we forget about rural America. I think the working class feels left behind. They feel like the powerful, the elite only care about them and their power. And he spoke to them. We may not have liked his words, but they turned out for him. I mean, the map was, it was beyond Reagan what we saw last night. And I think we need to start listening more about the concerns of everyday Americans who feel like this system is failing them.
And listen to why people are being pushed away from your movement. By you.
A lot of people are asking, how did Trump get more votes than he got last time? Well, here's the answer. Because people like myself, independents or moderates, the Democrats gave us no choice. That was the worst campaign, and their pure arrogance and their moral superiority have driven people away. If you say you're voting for Trump, suddenly you're a Nazi, you're Hitler, you're garbage. Enough. Like, yeah, I'm sure there's racists in the party, just like there's fucking crazy people and assholes and racists in the Democratic Party, all right? But millions and millions and millions and millions of people vote for Trump. He won clear, he won decisive. So when you call us that, and when you say that, you're calling the majority of the country racist, Hitlers, Nazis. I don't think you get the words of what that means. You are alienating all this middle ground people by acting like you're better than us, smarter than us, and frankly, insulting our intelligence. It wasn't about policy, because everyone knew we want change. We're not happy with the borders, the Middle East, the economy, inflation. And Kamala consistently said she was no different than Joe Biden, wouldn't do anything different than Joe Biden, last person in the room. Tonight is on the Democrats. Congratulations, Donald Trump. I voted for him. And I felt I had no choice but to vote for him for the campaign that the Democrats ran. And it's not just white males, Hispanics. The black vote didn't come out for Kamala. Again, it was a ringing endorsement for the Republicans, Trump, ringing indictment against the Democrats. They got to look themselves in the mirror. This moral superiority complex they have, this arrogance they have, it's not working. It's time to wake up and see that. You're alienating half the country, more of it.
It wasn't because people hated women or people of color, it's because they had bills to deal with.
For him to win the popular vote? Are you kidding me?
I did not know our country was that full of racist bastards.
And one more thing, in 4 years, there better be 2 women on that fucking ballot. There better be, I don't want a single fucking man. I do not care if he is the most qualified man in the world. I don't want him on that fucking ballot.
I just did not realize how racist and misogynistic America still is.
So why do you think that uneducated white women voted against their reproductive health freedoms, and why do you think Latino men voted in favor of someone that's going to deport, says he's going to deport the majority of his community?
White women like being called uneducated white women. I think the economy matters, national security matters. But when you put people in these boxes, I think that's a takeaway from this race.
Or they felt that there were too many illegal immigrants.
Graphics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border. The border crisis is on their doorstep. And they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
That's what that was.
The lessons are not.
Or they weren't happy with how the Biden-Harris administration was dealing with foreign policy, especially in the Middle East. If you call anyone who voted on the other side evil, racist, sexist, misogynistic, a Nazi, a rape apologist, a homophobe, a transphobe, a bigot, or whatever else, just because of who they voted for, without asking more questions or knowing more about their policies, then you're not part of the problem. You are the problem.
Now that we're all saying what we're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think if you voted for Donald Trump, you're ugly. I think you're all freaking ugly, and I think you're dumb as bricks. And I think you're a bigot in every sense of the word, every use of the word. The only silver lining is it's actually going to suck for all you Trump voters way more than it's going to suck for us blue voters, because we actually have educations and good jobs. Y'all are broke as f***, so it's really going to suck for you when he raises your taxes a ton.
America was not ready for a female black president, and that is what I was worried about, because the country is full of racist misogynists, men and women.
I say we pass a law that requires anyone who voted for that orange piece of shit to wear their Trump hat 24/7. Because conservatives are dangerous for anyone who isn't white, Christian, or male.
Women, I'm here to talk to you today. If you and your male partner voted differently this election, if he voted for that man, you need to leave him. You need to leave him. I'm sorry. You need to leave him. I know you love him. I know you love him. I know you think he's going to change. I know you think he just doesn't understand your problems. I know that you think he's more concerned about the economy. But especially if you're married to him, you are in danger right now. You are in a lot of danger. I wouldn't get married right now. If you do, get a really, really strong prenup. But I can't promise you that that's going to be honored. I wouldn't be getting married right now. I would have your own bank account. I would have your own money. I would be saving that money. Why did I say you shouldn't get married? Because it's possible that in the future, you're not going to be allowed to divorce him.
This could break me and my parents apart because they just don't understand what they voted for and like what it means and the bigotry and hatred that they stand behind and how I am trying to be a good person. I'm not Catholic like they are, which is ironic because it's religion's supposed to make you love.
I need to tell you that these people that are giving the dirty looks are uneducated and they're savages. 54% of American adults read at less than a 6th grade level, and I feel like this is a valid statistic to share right now. So don't allow them to intimidate you with their ignorance. If you are educated and voted for the right people, you have no apology.
I just cannot believe that we've lost. It's clearly there's more racist people in this country than what we thought.
I don't know how to explain to Trumpies that they're so obsessed with Trump because they have mommy and daddy issues. I don't know how to tell them that because they don't even realize they have mommy and daddy issues. That's where it starts. Because you want to be the golden child so bad. You want to go tell your parents, I voted for Trump. I voted for Trump. That's why it's an obsession. You're obsessed with him, baby, because you have mommy and daddy issues. That's why you don't have any healthy relationships in your life, because you don't even have a healthy relationship with yourself.
If you thought I hated white men before, you don't even know what's coming for them crackers.
It's so funny to see the sketch from British comedian Tom Walker, also known as Jonathan Pie, almost a decade ago. You could honestly watch this without knowing who it's about and think it was made last week. As a side note, if you found this video insightful, a subscribe would be appreciated.
The left did this. This is my fault. People like me. When are we going to learn? The left have given up putting any argument across at all, to the point where Clinton is considered left, liberal. On many issues, Theresa May is less right-wing than Clinton. That's just a fucking fact. And yet my friends are on Facebook saying, I'm with her. I'm fucking not. Oh, but she's better than Trump. Sorry, that's not good enough. Clearly. Clearly it's not good enough. And if I see, one more tweet containing a hashtag Trump wins next to a hashtag everyday sexism, I'm going to drop a fucking bollock. Not everyone that voted for Trump is a sexist or a racist. Some of them are, but most aren't. Most people didn't vote for her, not because she's a woman. They didn't vote for her because she offered no palpable change whatsoever. Same old shit. Trump represents a change, a terrifying change, but a change nonetheless. Hillary represented, well, she represented very little, actually, because she protects corporate interests, because she doesn't call the police when questions from the debate are leaked to her in advance. I noticed we barely reported that. Not everyone that voted for Trump is a sexist or a racist. How many times does the vote not have to go our way before we realise that our argument isn't won by hurling labels and insults? Tory majority, government, Brexit, Trump. What next? When will we learn that the key is discussion? If you are unwilling to discuss, then you are creating the conditions in which Donald Trump and people like him can thrive. But instead of persuading people to vote, she just courted celebrity endorsements and then lost. What's going on? It's almost as if the political acumen of Beyonce and Jay-Z count for nothing. Charismatic, she's strategic, and she knows how to win. And if she does win, people like me, the liberal elite, will just bang on about populism and extremism, which doesn't address the problem, right? Why not look at why people keep voting for these things rather than just slagging them off? You know, if Le Pen is a far-right extremist, and I'm not saying she isn't, but if she is, then why are entire swathes of the population, 40% of 18 to 24-year-olds, I might add, why are they considering putting their cross next to her name? Well, they're all racist, and I'm not prepared to engage with people who would even consider voting for her, or for Brexit, or for Trump, or for UKIP, or Tory. Then you just lost the election. When will we learn? All Brexit voters are thick xenophobes. All Trump voters are misogynistic KKK supporters. If that's your political analysis of the situation, then you lose. It's too easy to just slag people off for voting the wrong way. We're okay, system kind of works for us, but poor disenfranchised people are sick of being f***ed over and ignored. And if they're not being offered change from the usual suspects, they'll look elsewhere. And there's a lot of them. Poor disenfranchised people. Youth unemployment in France is 25%. The establishment is built this way, and then it complains when the bloody proles use their democratic right to try and change things. It's like not bothering to feed your French poodle for a week and then getting pissed off when it starts eating the chaise longue. It's a French sofa, Tim, yeah?